Hey everyone, today we are at Hunter Springs Park in Crystal River, Florida. We're going to go see if we can see some manatees, so why don't you come along?
The accessible traveler. He travels the accessible way. He's the accessible traveler.
Don't forget to subscribe. Alright, let's see if we can find some manatees. It's a beautiful day, it's the end of February. Oh, I guess I'll go pay for parking. Yep. Welcome to beautiful Hunter Springs Park, right here in the charming town of Crystal River. At first glance, it might just look like another peaceful Florida spring. Clear water, gentle current, and people floating quietly along. But beneath the surface of this crystal clear water is a story that goes back centuries, one that involves one of Florida's most beloved and unusual residents. The Florida manatee, often called the sea cow, has been part of Florida's natural history long before theme parks, highways, or even the state itself existed. These gentle giants have been gliding through Florida's rivers and springs for thousands of years. In fact, when Spanish explorers first arrived in Florida in the early 1500s, they wrote about seeing strange creatures in the water. One explorer from the expedition of Juan Ponce de Leon even described animals that looked almost human. Those early sightings helped inspire the legends of mermaids.
Now, if you've ever seen a manatee up close, you might be wondering how anyone could confuse one with a mermaid. But imagine you're a sailor who's been at sea for months. The sun is setting, and a slow, graceful creature surfaces quietly from the water. Your imagination might start working overtime, but these animals are very real and very important to Florida's ecosystem. Every winter, when the Gulf waters turn chilly, manatees migrate inland to find warmer water. And that's where places like Hunter Springs Park become so important. The springs here stay about 72 degrees year-round, creating a natural refuge for manatees escaping the cold. Because of that, Crystal River has become known as one of the best places in the world to see these animals in their natural habitat. In fact, this region is part of the Kings Bay, which connects to the Crystal River and eventually the Gulf of America.
And what makes this place even more unique is that it's one of the only places in the United States where people are legally allowed to swim with wild manatees, as long as it's done respectfully and responsibly. Of course, it wasn't always this way. For much of the 20th century, manatees faced serious threats. Boat strikes, habitat loss, and water pollution caused their numbers to drop dramatically. By the 1970s, the species was in serious danger. That's when federal protections like the Endangered Species Act of 1973 and conservation efforts by groups like the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service began to turn things around. Local communities, including the people here in Crystal River, also stepped up to protect the animals that had become such an important part of their identity. Today, the manatee population in Florida has grown significantly, and these gentle creatures have become a symbol of conservation success.
But when you see them here in the springs, it's hard not to feel like you're witnessing something timeless. Manatees move slowly, peacefully, almost like they're part of the water itself. They spend most of their day eating seagrass, resting, or just drifting along with the current. And despite weighing up to 1,200 pounds, they're surprisingly graceful. Watching them glide through the clear water here at Hunter Springs Park is one of those uniquely Florida experiences that you just can't find anywhere else. It's a reminder that sometimes the most incredible travel moments aren't about big cities or famous landmarks. Sometimes it's about sharing the water with one of the gentlest creatures on Earth.
And here in Crystal River, that experience is not only possible, it's part of the history of the place itself. So whether you're swimming, kayaking, or just relaxing on the shoreline, keep an eye on the water. You never know when a Florida legend might slowly rise to the surface. Thanks for watching this video on Hunter Springs Park and the Florida Manatees. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.